Hi, Lauren. Before we begin, I want to share a few things with you. Our conversation is confidential. This means I cannot share anything we discuss with anyone else unless you tell me you might harm yourself or someone else. Also, if during our sessions I find out that you've abused or neglected a child or an elderly person, I have to report that as well. By law, I'm obligated to report these things.
Okay.
So, what's the biggest thing you're dealing with right now?
Everything. Just no matter what, I'm not going to get into rehab in time.
What do you think is going to happen if you don't get into rehab?
When I first quit doing this shit, I had a bunch of good intentions, and then things started coming, like they were going really good, and everything is out of my power. I can't force myself into rehab. I can't force my brain to change. I can want to change, but I can't. And the longer I'm just sitting at my brother's house. I can't get a job, so I'm always broke, and I always hang out by myself. The longer this goes on, the less I can handle it.
So, you're feeling powerless?
Yeah, I don't even know an answer. It's not like I can make it any better by apologizing to my brother and his girlfriend for how long it's been taking.
So, you're also feeling guilty?
I feel terrible for living there. Alex is 18. He has to deal with his 21-year-old sister. Like I'm literally a little kid.
If you could find just one big thing you're having the hardest time dealing with, what would it be?
Knowing that almost dying off this shit, even after almost a month off of it, I get sucked right back into it. Doing one time turns into a week, and I'm throwing my life away without even realizing it.
When was the last time you did any drugs or alcohol?
Well, I just messed up again last night.
What did you do?
I shot meth.
Is that the only time you've done it since you moved in with your brother?
Yeah,
What prompted you to do that?
I don't know. That's the shitty part.
Well, think back to last night. What were you doing right before you left to go do it? Were you watching TV, playing games, or what were you doing right at the moment you decided to leave?
Yeah, I was just playing games, just thinking about shit. Ever since I had that appointment at the healthcare center, it's just been, I've just been worried every day. It's been so shitty not knowing when I can get in.
Well, I understand you're worried, but let's get back to what you were doing right before you left to go get high. What were you doing right before that?
Playing games.
You were playing games. Anything else? You just went from playing games to getting high? Did you make some plans or did you talk to some people before you left?
Somebody just hit me up that owed me money.
So someone else prompted you and that got you thinking about it.
Yeah,
You weren't thinking about it before that and wanting to contact somebody else to get it, but somebody else contacted you about it.
well, I'm pretty much always thinking about it. It's just,
So it's just a matter of your thoughts meeting opportunity.
yeah, pretty much. It all worked out. Like it could happen in 5 minutes. I just went for a walk down the street.
So what thoughts were going through your mind when you went for a walk?
Man, I thought, I was hoping it would make me feel just better, but it didn't.
So you thought it could help you cope until you got into rehab?
I don't know. No, there's no thought process behind it. I'm just going through the motions. That's all it is. Just going through the motions. And and this time I just realized everything I was doing, everything I did.
While you were doing it?
Well, just like afterwards and shit. Alex is trying to help me with my shit, and that's all. That's what I'm doing.
So you're feeling bad for doing it again.
It's like it's something I can't even understand. How am I supposed to deal with it if I knowingly do something, or, well, I don't even knowingly do it. It's just doing it could get me kicked out of the place that I live in, and all that shit, and how long it takes me after to realize that. It's not even have the thought beforehand.
So you're saying sort of like you have a disconnect between your thoughts and your actions, and then you're feeling regret afterwards?
Yeah,
How do you deal with the regret?
I don't. I don't even know. This time around, I don't even know. It's just been so long since I've been sober. I've never been used. I've never even felt regret.
So you said you didn't feel it before, but you feel regret now. So maybe that's a step in the right direction. You've stayed clean longer this time, so that's positive, right?
Yes.
Did you talk about any of this with Alex?
No.
Do you think it would help if you talked with him about it?
Like, Alex is 18 years old and lives a completely different lifestyle than I do. I hate living at his house, and I hate having his friends see me like this.
Well, do you think it might help both of you if he understood what you're going through?
He couldn't. He couldn't have even come close to grasping it.
Well, conceptually at least.
Well, he could say he could try and understand.
Well, he's never done drugs, so he won't completely understand the experience the way you do.
People who are even social drug users aren't going to understand what I'm going through. It's like it's not even a choice to do it.
Do you know you have a choice, though?
Well, yeah, it's not like I'm a robot. Yeah, but I just don't know how it happens. I don't know how it could have happened. Like I was feeling like shit and I go and do something that was holding me down. Because maybe it could have changed my life and not ruin it like every other time.
So you're beating yourself up over it.
Yeah, I just don't know how to figure this shit out. Because all it takes is blowing this one chance and I will literally have nowhere else to go.
Well, you're on a waiting list to get into rehab, right?
Yeah, but the way I feel in life right now and the way I felt when I was quitting is way too much similarity.
Well, up until last night, you've been clean for about how long?
Like close to 28 days or something.
Totally clean? Nothing else? No alcohol? No other drugs?
I had a few beers here and there.
Oh, a few beers. Anything else? Prescriptions?
Yeah. When I first quit, I was taking some.
And you haven't taken any since?
I wish. I can't sleep because I'm worried. All I'm worried about is what's going to happen when I'm done at Alex's and I don't get into rehab. I literally have no control over that, and I won't have one place to go.
What would prevent you from staying at Alex's until you get into rehab?
Either me or I'm like a child. I can't work. I stay at home all day. I can't pay for anything.
Are there other ways you can help them?
Yeah, I clean the house, but it's still that kills me because I've always had the ability to contribute somehow to make it easy on someone, but I stay in one room all day until they get home. I can't really do much cleaning every day.
Does he have rules for you to follow?
Yeah, I don't really have people over. When he's not home, well, I don't have anyone over actually.
So basically, you're following the rules that allow you to stay there.
Yeah,
You're not breaking any? You did last night, right?
well, yeah, I went out and used.
But you haven't talked to Alex about it.
No, the only reason he's even letting me stay there is because he feels bad.
Well, you're on a waiting list, and there's a lot of people on that list, and they don't really have the resources to just take everyone in, so you have to wait it out. But up until last night, you've been doing pretty good, right? You've been hanging in there.
Yeah, I've quit a million times. It's just that I don't know how. I don't even know. It's just when shit gets really stressful.
So drugs are how you cope with your problems, huh?
Yeah, well, I try to cope, but I felt like complete shit the whole time, right after I did it. Not even mentally, but physically too.
Is that why you want to quit? Because you know it doesn't really help you cope?
Well, I don't even know why my brain wants me to go do something. Something I don't even feel like doing at all. It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me do anything but have problems. Yet, here I am still.
Well, as difficult as it is to wait to get into rehab, they are going to try and help you. You just have to try and cope until you can get in. So, what kind of things do you think you can do that'll help you until you can get in?
All I do is try to pretend to be kind to people.
So you're being fake with people? What purpose is that serving you?
I can just sit by myself and deal with my problems without everyone seeing how shitty my life is.
So you have nobody to really talk to?
I just don't even know how to talk to people about that shit.
Does it help talking with me?
Yeah, it's just, I can never talk until I do something as stupid as shit. I can't even show my emotions or how I feel anymore.
So you're feeling worried, frustrated, anxious. Is it when you're feeling anxious that you want to do drugs?
Yeah, kind of, in a way, yeah.
So it's just a vicious cycle. You feel anxious, so you do drugs. Then after you do drugs, you feel guilty, worried, and frustrated for using them.
Yeah, there's no thought process. The only reason why I do it, it's spontaneous as hell. That's how it happens. It's not like I go and do something to feel better. I could go out and drink some beers. It's not like I want to risk screwing my life over in 5 seconds.
So the things you do to cope just end up making things worse.
Well, I think the way that I look at it is that it's just normal to me doing that shit. It's not like I know I'm going to do it and it's bad. It's just normal. It's not even doing anything out of the ordinary.
Do you see that what you think is normal for you is not normal to others?
I know it's not normal and I hate that. I never realize I'm messing up until after I screw things up. It's like I'm stupid or something.
Well, whenever you're feeling worried, anxious, guilty, or just need to talk about anything, really, would you like to talk with me instead of feeling like you're dealing with it all alone?
I don't know. Yeah. I just need answers on how to deal with this. I don't ever feel like talking until it gets bad.
Well, would it help to talk before things get bad?
Yeah, it would help, but I don't know if I can. That's why it's so hard waiting to get into rehab. It's like a time bomb. I just sit and wait. And then I can't take it anymore and I do this shit.
Well, you've been dealing with these problems for a long time, right? So, why don't we have a daily session until you can get into rehab? Say, like around 4 o'clock every day, we'll talk a little bit. Would you do that?
Yeah,
It'll give you something to look forward to every day.
alright, I'll try.
Well, good. We can work through this until you get into rehab.
It just sucks because this could end up really shitty.
But it could also end up really well for you, too, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the plan. We'll talk a little bit each day. Just stay in contact until you can get into the treatment program, and then they can help you. All right? That's what we'll do.
okay, yeah.
Okay, great. We'll talk tomorrow.